most welcome to Historiespanel History Reconnaissance. This is Lances and Howitzers. We have some rare images from World War I and the Sinai Palestine campaign. It was fought between forces from the British Empire, France and Italy, against the Ottoman Empire, Germany and Austria-Hungary. It started with an Ottoman attempt at raiding the Suez Canal in 1915 and ended with the Armistice of Mudros in 1918. The footage in this video is showing Ottoman troops, infantry and cavalry, and supporting German and Austro-Hungarian artillery. And please, like, share and subscribe. It means a lot to us. From August 1914, when the Ottoman armies mobilized, Brigadier General Zeki Pasha, commanding the Ottoman Fourth Army at Damascus, was planning to attack the Suez Canal with the support of Cemal Pasha, Commander-in-Chief of Syria and Palestine. Fighting began in January 1915, when a German-led Ottoman force invaded the Sinai Peninsula, then part of the British Protectorate of Egypt. The Bavarian colonel Kress von Kressenstein had been appointed Chief of Staff of the 8th Corps, 4th Army, on arrival from Constantinople in 1914. The 8th Corps comprised 5 infantry divisions with contingent from Sinai Bedouins, Druze, Kurds, Muhajir, Circassians from Syria and Arabs. These Muslim contingents were to foment revolt against the British in Egypt. In 1915, Kress von Kressenstein's force concentrated 20,000 men in southern Palestine with 9 field batteries and 1 battery of 5.9-inch howitzers. The plan was for a single infantry division to capture Ismailia and cross the canal before being reinforced by a 2nd infantry division, which would be supported on the east bank of the canal by 2 additional divisions. A further division would be available to reinforce the bridgehead on the west bank of the Suez Canal. Substantial Ottoman forces crossed the Sinai Peninsula, but their attack failed, mainly because of strongly held defenses and alert defenders. Only 2 Ottoman companies successfully crossed the canal, the rest of the advance party abandoning attempts to cross because of the strong British defense by the Imperial Service Cavalry Brigade and the Buccaneer Camel Corps, supported by the Egyptian Army and Indian Mounted Artillery. The British then amassed troops at the scene, which made another crossing impossible. The Ottoman companies held their position until evening of February 3, 1915, when the commanding officer ordered them to withdraw. The retreat proceeded orderly, first into a camp 10 kilometers east of Ismailia. Subsequently, Ottoman advance troops and outposts were maintained on the Sinai Peninsula on the line between El Arish and Nekel, with forces at Gaza and Beersheba. During the next few months, Kress von Kressenstein commanded mobile units and launched a series of raids and attacks in an attempt to disrupt traffic on the Suez Canal. The German colonel Kress von Kressenstein did all he could to keep the British occupied, launching an attack on 8th of April 1915 when a mine was placed in the Suez Canal, which was located and disabled by patrol. And between May 5th and 13th 1915 he personally led a charge. During the Gallipoli campaign these tactics were abandoned. Von Kressenstein also demanded German special forces, which were promised to arrive in February 1916, to prepare another expedition against the canal. He moved to the headquarters of the 4th Army in Ein Safar in August, then to the new headquarters in Jerusalem and waited for the German specialists. However, the Ottoman line of communication was extended towards Egypt with the completion of the 100-mile section of the Ottoman Railway to Beersheba, which was opened on 17th of October 1915. Von Krusenstein's raids also confirmed that it was very difficult to defend the Suez Canal from the western side. Late 1915, with the Gallipoli campaign drawing to an end, the British War Cabinet authorized new positions to be established in the desert, about 10 kilometers east of the canal, strengthening the defense of the canal against long-range gun, and agreed to provide additional troops. Port Said became headquarters of these new defenses, with an advanced headquarters at Kantara. After the Gallipoli campaign, British Empire veterans formed the Egyptian Expeditionary Force (EEF), and the Ottoman Empire veterans formed the Force Army to fight for the Sinai Peninsula in 1916. In January 1917, the newly formed Army Corps, Desert Column, completed the recapture of the Sinai. This recapture of Egyptian territory was followed in March and April by 2 EEF defeats on Ottoman territory, at the First and Second Battles of Gaza in southern Palestine. After a period of stalemate in southern Palestine from April to October 1917, General Edmund Allenby captured Beersheba from the Third Corps. The Ottoman defences were captured by 8th of November and the pursuit began. Victories followed at the Battle of Mughal Ridge and the Battle of Jerusalem. Serious losses on the Western Front in March 1918 during Erich Ludendorff's German Spring Offensive forced the British Empire to send reinforcements from the EEF. The advance stalled until Allenby's force resumed the offensive in September. The successful infantry battles created gaps in the Ottoman front line, allowing the pursuing Desert Mounted Corps to encircle the infantry fighting in the Judean hills. In the process, the EEF destroyed 3 Ottoman armies, capturing thousands of prisoners and large quantities of equipment. Damascus and Aleppo were captured during the subsequent pursuit, before the Ottoman Empire agreed to the Armistice of Mudros on 30th of October 1918, ending the Sinai and Palestine campaign. The British Mandate of Palestine and the Mandate for Syria and the Lebanon were created to administer the captured territories. Was generally not well known or understood during the war. In Britain, the public thought of it as a minor operation, a waste of precious resources, which would be better spent on the Western Front. The long-lasting effect of this campaign was the partitioning of the Ottoman Empire, when France won the mandate for Syria and Lebanon, while the British Empire won the mandates for Mesopotamia and Palestine. The Republic of Turkey came into existence in 1923, after the Turkish War of Independence ended the Ottoman Empire. The European mandates ended with the formation of the Kingdom of Iraq in 1932, the Lebanese Republic in 1943, and the State of Israel in 1948, and the Hashemite Kingdom of Transjordan and the Syrian Arab Republic in 1946.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.